Hi everyone! Today I'm gonna do a sketchbook tour, and this is a sketchbook that I only use, I mainly use, like almost all of the drawings are seishun, and it's a My Hero Academia notebook that I bought like a month or two ago in my city's weeb store. So let's open the very first page. Not these ones don't count. These are okay. First off, we have this little list in which I keep tallies for how many times I have drawn each character together or individually, and the groups and stuff. Then we have the very first page is Tsukishima's reference page that I digitalized later on, and it just like has basic information about him, like his name, his age, 16, he's hot-headed, his pronouns, drummer in a band, lost creeps, finds making tea relaxing, wears mostly warm colors, hates authorities. And then we have his backstory. His mother died in labor, and his father refused to take responsibility for him. His mother is Tsukishima Ai, and his father, Roberto Antonelli. And then he's been living with his grandpas ever since then, who blame him for his daughter's death. And Tsukishima still feels guilty, and those facts make him feel completely out of control. So for that reason, he always tries to have the upper hand in every situation. He doesn't consider his blood relative his family. He listens to 80 love songs. He also listens to metal, little Marina lyrics, Converse, and then there's just like details I want to point out about his appearance here. There are the fact that has leaves in her hair sometimes, butchered haircut, the frown lines, the beauty marks, the sunburn, the eye bags. Yeah, that's everything that's in this page. And then we turn around, there's reference for this character. This guy is named Tomomi. He's basically like, okay, don't call him a femboy. I will be offended if you do that. He just like gets confused for a girl a lot because he looks kind of girly, and he lets his hair grow out. So, and this was an early design of him. I changed his design a little later on. He's 15. No, he's not. I actually changed his age too. I changed a lot of things about him. He he's in Tsukishima's band. He's a guitarist, and he's a child prodigy. So all of the lore that is in this page is mostly like old lore. The things that I kept is that he's sneaky. He's way more mature now though. He likes the anime club, and yeah. Then next page we have those pages where I started doing like this orientation instead of this one, and this is basically just one of the most iconic scenes of Tsukishima and Rio's story at first, right? The first chapters, and it's like when Rio approached him while he was gardening in the school rooftop. And I just love this drawing. I wish to digitalize it sometime. But I'm currently working on a comic, so I'm probably gonna have to wait for that. Anyway, next page, it's also Tsukishima and Rio. And we have them in the nurse's office because Tsukishima got into a fight with the principal's son. And then we have this chapter where Rio was sick, and Tsukishima was asked by the teacher to like go to their house and deliver like explanation papers and the content that they studied while she was gone and stuff like that. And he made some tea for her, some gingerbread tea. But Tsukishima is a sucker for sugar, and he added 3 cubes. And for him that's like a minimal amount. When he's really stressed, he like adds 6 sugar cubes. Anyway, this was just some little practice. I actually have the drawing that this was a practice for in my Tumblr. Anyway, more scenes from the chapters. This one is from I actually don't remember quite well. Hold up, let me recap real quick. This was from when Rio when it makes him cookies to like kind of make up for Tsukishima going to her house while she was sick, and he like delivers some medicine for her like after the chapter outside of writing, right? And then we have this, was just a little childhood sketch of Tsukishima. Up until this point, we only had Tsukishima and Rio as characters, so that's why they are drawn a lot. We didn't have Makoto or Rika. Oh my god, my I can't say shit. Okay, I can't speak English. Anyways, this was just a page like listing things that Tsukishima does, like his behaviors when he is in love with someone, and then we have some little chibis on the side. I like this chibi the most. And then we have a kitty, and this was supposed to be a wolf, but it looks a little more like a dog. Then next page, we have our girl Haruki. No, Haruka. That is not Haruki. That is Haruka. Anyways, she was a character that was introduced a while ago, for Tsukishima and Ryo's jealousy arc, but she ended up not being used that much because Makoto came along. Anyway, she's like just really drop dead gorgeous. She's the kind of girl that you look at and you're like, whoa, and she's just so cute. Okay, I don't know if her design is accurate, but yeah, I love her. She pisses me off, but I love her. And next page we have My Hero Academia OC. This is Kurayami Kiko. His quirk is summon. He can summon spirits and creatures from shadows. There has to be a shadow nearby. The fainter the shadow, the weaker the creature. He activates his quirk by opening his eye, this eye, and his class is 1A. And yeah, that's his hero costume. Anyway, next page. You can really tell how enthusiastic I am about these characters. We have Tsukishima as a cat. It's mostly just him and a little like Rio cat over here in the corner, but I didn't like her design, so I was gonna remake it later, but it ended up not doing that. This is actually a pretty old OC of mine. This OC dates back to 2023, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this is just a kitty that is a drummer in a band, but they also play guitar. And like this was gonna be like concept cover album cover thing. Anyway, next page. His name is Shred, by the way. We have a little bit of Tsukishima's thoughts on Haruka. She plays cello. Am I pronouncing this right? Or whatever. It says she has multiple awards, but actually wants to play the guitar. Like, if you're a goody two shoes, I'm not gonna say that word anymore. Player, then stick to that. Stop posing. Also, why should it build like a skyscraper? This is one of the things that really pissed Tsukishima off about Haruka, because he does not like people that are taller than him. It makes me feel like scrawny. Anyway, Jesus Christ, this asshat annoys me more than Yokosawa does on a daily basis. And she just arrived. I'm tolerating her because she seems a bit stupid, but she definitely has other friends. Stop bothering me. She calls me by my first name, too. I barely know her. She has no business calling me Hikaru like we're buddies. Only my grandpa calls me that. Not even Tatakawa. Tatakawa was a character that used to be recurrent. He's not as much anymore. He's a friend of ours, C, but he hasn't roleplayed with us in a while. Anyway, not even Tatakawa, and he's my closest friend outside of my band colleagues, I mean. Anyway, the band colleagues are gonna be drawn in some pages in the future, okay? Then we have a little bit of his thoughts about Rio. He has dreams about Rio sometimes. And there's a little chibi of them. Tsukishima licks his creeps, okay? He's a weird guy. And Rio first saw a time she saw this, she was like, dude, you gotta bite a creepy. And then what Makoto said kind of upset me. I mean, it's not like it's the first time. Dumb bastards can't see a girl and a boy near each other and already assume shit. But it's not like that. Makoto just got the wrong idea. I'm thinking about it way too much. I need a distraction. Maybe I'll go to the festival later. Anyway, this was context. This was like Makoto shipping them, and Tsukishima got pissed off because he thought that, I mean, he thinks that Rio doesn't see him that like that at all, and he used to think he didn't see her like that at all either. Well, how the turns have tabled. Anyways, this was when Makoto was first drawn in this notebook, and was just a page full of Makoto. Anyway, this is him with his little headband that he uses for like gym and stuff. It's him rage baiting Tsuki. And then this was because we were all role playing in the creep like place, right? And then Saito, which is Makoto's creator, he got banned because he said he bit into the creep, licked the creep, I don't know. And then we have Tsukishima and no, not Tsukishima. We have Makoto and Rio. And Rio is really tiny compared to Makoto, but it's not because she's like tiny. Like, she is tiny, but it's not just that. It's because Makoto is built like a wall. He's 6'3". Anyway, we have this page with a full body of Rio and some hands and stuff. And next page, this is another OCs of ours. And they're middle schoolers. This is Sonozaki, this is Sugisawa. And they basically, Sonozaki is like a really rich kid, and Sugisawa is a transfer student from Texas, from the United States, and he's kind of broke. Anyway, Sonozaki is really into fashion. Then this is just like annotations I was making about the Book of Bill, because I bought it recently. This page is like just a little fun doodle of Makoto and Tsuki and in the gym, and then Rio's just in the back in a puddle of sweat. We have, this was gonna be a sketch for a self-insert, but I scrapped it. Anyways, this was a doodle of the trio. Very cute, but Makoto's hair is drawn all wrong, because back then I did not know how to draw his hair. And then we have, this one's a little more recent, okay? This was because, let me sum it up. Rio found Tsukishima at the Shin, and he was like, he's been really nervous all week because he lost a fight to Makoto, and just led him to feel like really insecure and shit. And then she like lets him like vent a little, talk about stuff, and he cries for a while in years. And after the thing went down, he got home, recapped the day in his mind, and he's like, holy shit, do I like Yokosawa? And he has a dream about her and shit. And then he just looks like online. I don't know if you have a crash quiz, but as you can see, he's bad at typing, okay? He's really bad at using technology. He's like an old man. Next page. This was also about the same happening. This is like him laying in bed, and there's like Cave Town lyrics here. There's a fire on my floor telling me to sleep some more, and then there's both of them holding hands. This was back on the screen. Cry a little louder if you know what this means. Next page, we have the first ever doodle of Rika that I did in this notebook. And next page, hold up, it's the other way. This was gonna be a doodle of Rika again, but I scrapped it. I might continue it later though. And this is just a lot of doodles I did for Rio, Tsukishima and stuff. This was because Rio's birthday was some days ago, some weeks ago actually. It's just like Tsukishima making fun of her, and this is Rio throwing her daily eraser at the back of Tsukishima's head. This is also just like I am struggling. I am fumbling to draw a side profile, so this was like some practice. It's like Tsukishima making fun of Rio and Tsukishima beating a guy up. We have Tsukishima when he got an eyebrow piercing to look cooler for Rio. This is him like basically just like recently since he realized he liked Rio, he's just like been scooting closer to her. Anyway, this is a little doodle of Rika and Rio. The hair is not very accurate though. I still struggle with like drawing Rika and Makoto. Anyway, it's just like an emoji pack of them. There's seriously with Rika. Then we have annoyed with Rio, happy with Makoto. Yes, this is off again because I didn't know how to draw his hair. And then we have like laughing with Suki. And this is the end of a chapter, okay, in the notebook actually. We have a little doodle I did of them. Don't look up here, that looks ugly as fuck. Anyways, this is also lyrics. This is lyrics from Under My Skin by the jukebox guy. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, I like it because I use pens for this one. We have some doodles of Rio, Rika, and Makoto. This was when I actually started drawing his hair right, okay? And then we have Makoto and Rika, and they were like watching the city from afar or whatever, and like I think they were gonna like Makoto, and that was gonna be a confession, but then Makoto like delayed it. He's gonna do it in New Year's, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I think Saito said that. Anyway, this one was a doodle I made a few weeks ago, but I didn't show it to the group at first because it was relating. It was too similar to some conflicts that have been happening, and but it's just Tsukishima. Like when I'm nervous, I become really mean, and I become nervous and I become nervous quickly. So I get mean frequently, and then I don't think about what I say and upset the people I want near. I can't think with a hot head. Then I get quiet and regret everything. I try to apologize, but sometimes I can't get my words out. Writing is easier. And this is just like one of the little notes that Tsukishima often like he crumples up a piece of paper, throws it back at Ryo's desk, and there's just really shitty handwriting, and it's a little apology letter. We have Rika, Makoto, and Rio just like playing video games. Rio's losing to Makoto. Rika is very competitive, as you can see. We have like this was something we were discussing a while ago because Makoto is Brazilian, okay? He was born, raised in Brazil, and then so in Brazil, we find it kind of cringe to say baka, and they're in Japan, right? So it's normal for them to say baka down there, and that's all Rio and Tsukishima call each other. They call they call each other idiots all the time. So Makoto's just like sitting there trying to hold his laugh. Hang in there, Makoto. Okay, next page. I have them as ponies. I did not know I could draw ponies, okay? I did not I didn't know I could do that. Anyways, this are the latest ones. This is like a mini comic I did for Tsukishima and Minato, which is a member of his band. Which the band name is Ravens Black. I might have to change it because that's the name of my IRL in real life band. And anyway, it's just like him being really shitty to his girlfriend. It's like, stop treating your girlfriend like crap. He says, take her on advice. Yokosawa isn't my girlfriend. Okay. Then this another Bendoodle. Okay, some context. This is Ibino, and she's like a cat girl, but I don't know. Nobody knows really. I'm still deciding what I want to put under her hat. All I know is that there's something weird under her hat. She really likes cats though, and she's able to purr somehow. Anyway, the way she joined the band, she just appeared there one day and started playing the bass. And they just said, fuck it, she's playing the bass, then let her play the bass. This is Tomomi. He is the same guy from like back a few pages, but well, his design is updated. He has like a braid, but it's not showing right now. That it's a single piece of long hair that he puts into a braid. The rest is kind of short. Anyways, this is Minato. This is the jerk, scary guy. He's a fan favorite. He's a guitarist. Tomomi is also a guitarist. And let me see. Yeah, that's all, guys. This was my seishun notebook tour. I hope you guys liked it because, oh my god, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I love just talking about my OCs and my my friends' OCs. They're just very special to me, okay? I have never grown so fond of characters that I created as much as I did when I created Tsukishima. So, well, that's all. Bye-bye.